I welcome you all in the third lecture of this lecture series on advanced welding. Today we'll discuss the terminology or vocabulary of welding. Before I start, I would like to explain you the importance of understanding this welding terminology. Uh, uh, for any subject, there are certain technical keywords which are associated. So for welding, these are the important keywords or technical language of this subject. To understand this subject, you need to understand these technical keywords first. So these first four keywords on the slide, they belong to the type of joint category. So there are four types of joint in the welding. First is butt joint. In welding, butt joint is the one in which the blades are aligned in the same plane. Whereas in the second type of joint, that is corner joint, blades are at 90 degree to each other and weld bit is deposited at the edge. Third type of joint is T joint. In T joint, the plates are at right angle at 90 degree, but not at the edge. The location of plate is not at the edge, but at some distance from the edge. The third or last or fourth type of joint is lap joint. In lap joint, the plates are in overlapping condition and weld bit is deposited at the both side of the plate, like here and here. Next three terms are associated with the plate preparation or edge preparation of the plate before welding. Before welding, sometimes before welding, we need to prepare the groove or edge of the plate. Why we need to prepare the edges of the plate? That is, this edge preparation is valid for the high thickness plates. For high thickness, if the plates are thick, it is not possible to get the weld joint till the throughout the depth. So that's why we prepare and deposit weld material from here to here to get the joint throughout the depth of the plate. So to prepare the groove, we machine out this plate. If we take an example of this plate, this is like this in rectangle shape. So this part of this plate, this part is machined out to prepare this groove. So if we refer this term, that is groove angle, the groove angle is the angle, inclusive angle of the prepared groove. Or you can say the angle between the machined out surfaces of the plate. The next term is bevel angle. If we consider a single plate, if we consider this single plate, here is the angle. At this angle, this plate or edge of the plate is machined. So the angle between the edge of the prepared plate with the vertical, with the imaginary vertical plate is known as the bevel angle. Root opening is the horizontal distance or gap between the two plates at the bottom side of the plate. Obviously, these plates are which are to be welded. Okay, moving forward, these are another 8 important terms associated with the welding. Before going to start these 8 terms, we need to understand this figure, what is it is showing. Here, in this image or in this figure, the welding of two plates is taking place. This is plate 1, this is plate 2. And with the help of this welding electrode or torch, you can see here, this is welding torch, electrode is there, and with the help of this electrode, the arc is produced and welding is taking place, and weld bit is depositing in this direction, or welding is going on in this direction. This image is the transverse cross section of this plate. If we cut this plate in the transverse direction, we get this type of shape. So after understanding this figure, we'll start understanding these next technical keywords. Next is parent metal. Parent metal or base metal is the base metal plate which are to be joined together. Next is gun or torch. Gun or torch is used to produce the arc with the help of electrode. This is electrode. So the one end of the gun or torch is connected with the power cable, and other end of the gun or torch is connected with the electrode. Next is arc. Arc is this bright column. This bright column is called as arc. You may have seen spark sometimes in your life. This arc is similar to spark, in appearance only. They are not technically similar, but in appearance you can consider they are similar. So this bright column is known as R, which is technically a passage or a channel of a charged particles. So this arc is used as heat source. We'll understand arc and all these terms in detail in subsequent lectures. Next is direction of motion. Direction of motion is the direction of bead deposition. In this direction, bead is depositing. So we can say the direction of motion is this. Next is electrode. This cylindrical rod is termed as electrode in welding. This electrode is used to produce arc, which acts as heat source. Reinforcement or excess weld material. For reinforcement and excess weld material, we can refer this figure. Ideally, the weld metal should be deposited up to this depth, till this depth. But practically it is not possible. So there is some irregular surface above this line. So that material above this line is termed as what? Excess weld material or reinforcement. Next is penetration. Penetration is it should be, the weld material should be deposited till this line. So some material remain excess and it is deposited below this line, which is called as penetration. Next is weld bead or weld bead cross section. Weld bead cross section, as I told you, when we cut this plate in transverse direction, we get this type of shape. This whole shape, this shape is called as weld bead. This is generally triangular shape. Not exactly triangular, but similar to triangle. Here are some next terms associated in welding. Face. Face is the top surface of the weld metal. Next is toe. Toe is the interface, or toe lies at the junction point of the base metal and weld metal. Next is root. Root at the bottom side. At the bottom side, the point where weld metal meets the base metal is termed as root. Root reinforcement, as I told you in previous slide, that some material penetrates even after the root point. So that material is known as root reinforcement. This is the excess material that is undesirable totally, which is machined out when we use that weld joint. Weld size or leg is the vertical distance between toe and root. This is toe, this is root. It is the vertical distance between toe and root. Fusion zone is the zone where the weld metal is deposited. Weld interface is the interface or a surface between fusion zone and the base metal. Actual throat, for last two terms we'll refer this image. Actual throat is this distance, this one. It is the shortest distance between root and face. This is face and this is root. So it is the shortest distance, or you can say the perpendicular distance between face and root. Effective throat, it is somewhat complex to understand. Effective throat, you just imagine a triangle inscribed in this weld bead. It is denoted by a dotted black line here. So this is the hypotenuse of this angle or triangle. So the distance between this hypotenuse of the triangle and the root, perpendicular. The perpendicular distance between the hypotenuse of the triangle with the root is termed as effective throat. So this is the effective throat. So I hope you have understood the welding terminology. This is all about today's lecture. I'll get back to you soon with some more interesting topics on welding, on advanced welding. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.